it's just so hard because I didn't want to be a leader. I didn't want to be in the front. I didn't want kids to all of a sudden, now I have all these things.
Like, this is your life.
This is my life.
Hi, I'm Bianca Cotton, and welcome to Behind the Confident Smile, a safe space for women to reveal the truths they carry beneath their confident exteriors. Each episode features honest conversations about the struggles, challenges, and experiences that often remain hidden. In this episode, we're talking about what it really looks like to lead a mission-driven organization while raising a family. From boardrooms to bedtime routines, you'll share how you navigate the intersection of power, purpose, and pressure as both a nonprofit leader and a mom. We'll unpack unique challenges of motherhood in the CEO seat, managing burnout, and all the things. Joining me to discuss it all is Rosie Drumgoole. Hey! Welcome! I've been waiting on this conversation, okay? Because, we are at a, I'm just going to jump in right
Please.
around. We are at a critical juncture. I feel like we have been for a long time, but it just keeps getting more critical with over 300,000 Black women who have lost their jobs.
Yep.
You are a CEO of a Chicago nonprofit, a mom, a wife, like all the things, and you still here.
I am. Yes.
So we're going to wheel it back a little bit. Did you ever see yourself as a leader?
No. That's real easy. I don't think I've ever said, that's not true. One time in my career, I've said, hey, I want to lead this team. I think I can do it. When I took the move from being a manager to a director. But other than that, like, never in my life have I seen myself as a leader. I've always seen myself as, like, just wanting to help, just wanting to push things forward, just, like, seeing gaps and wanting to fill those gaps, but never really thought of myself as, like, I need to be the person in front, or I need to be the person who, gets the limelight, or whatever. I need to be the person with the vision, right? And I used to say this all the time, like, I'm not a visionary. I'm not inspirational. I literally used to say that all the time. And I would have people shoot me down all the time, or, like, just interject and be like, stop saying that. That's not true. You are. Just keep pushing forward. But I've never seen myself as a leader. And even being in the CEO role, it often feels very surreal to me because I never wanted to lead an organization, never wanted to run my own business. Like, that just never was a thing. But I am also, like, I'm a Christian. I have a Christian faith. And I often would say, like, I just want to be where I'm supposed to be. Like, that's it. Like, I just want to, wherever you need me to be, God, that's where I want to be. And that's just, I feel like how I got here. Like, I definitely believe that me getting here was divine order.
Wow. So you said, nope, never want to do it.
Nope.
I'll be in the background.
I'll be in the back. You need somebody to fix the things, right?
Have you found that common amongst women in your circle saying, I'm good with being in the back?
I do. I actually
and
do.
Why do you think that is?
That's a great question. I don't know what that is. I think part of it is, like, as women, we're caretakers, right? Like, we're not necessarily, like, I'll use I statements. I grew up as a Disney princess, right?
Like most of us.
Like most of us, right? Like, I grew up as a Disney princess. Sleeping Beauty was my favorite, right? And so, like, even in that role, like, right, like, you think about Sleeping Beauty, like, she's not the leader, right? Somehow she's like the main character, but not really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just like, I don't think that as women coming from an elder millennial generation, I don't know that we were necessarily raised to be leaders. Like, we were raised to be caretakers, and we were certainly raised to be independent. I will say that. Like,
most definitely.
We were raised to be independent, but I don't necessarily know that we were raised or taught that, like, we could be the leader or we could be the front person. And I think, especially in the nonprofit space, most of the women leaders that I run into are caretakers, right? Like, they're in that role because they care, because they want to see the work done, and they very much have a, F it, I'll do it kind of a mindset, right? Because they just want to see it done, and they want to see it done well.
So let's dig into the caretaking part of leadership and being a mom, because I look at motherhood as a leadership role, most definitely, right? So you didn't see yourself as a leader. Did you ever see yourself as a mom?
No.
So you found yourself in two roles you did not see yourself in.
It's funny because I always said I wanted to be a wife. Again, Disney princess, right? Like, I always wanted my Prince Charming. And like, when I can remember being 13 and my mom would get paid on Fridays, and she would take me to the bookstore and she would get me bridal magazines, and I would cut out different things. So at 13, I was planning my wedding.
Wow.
Like, I had a binder, and I would like things would change. I was very serious. I've always been very weirdly organized, but so I always knew I wanted to get married. And, as at some point when you're a kid, you're like, yeah, I'm going to have 5 kids. And and you grow up and you're like, whoa. Time out.
Cut that in half.
Right. And then you find out where babies come from, and you're like, absolutely not. No, thank you. Absolutely not. No. I'm fine. It's okay. And then you watch all your friends become moms, and you're like watching them do stuff, right? And you're just like, yo, I'm having a great time being outside. This feels like a lot of work. I'm not into it, but what you need from me? You need a meal? I got you. Whatever you need. And then, like, I met my husband, and, like, there was a time in my life where I was only dating men who had kids. Because, like, I was like, I don't necessarily want to have a baby, but, like, it would be cool to have a little person in my life.
Yeah.
Right?
That I didn't have to have.
That I didn't have to have. And I could share custody with. Like, and I could just do all the cool things with. Like, we could just go get our nails done, or we could just go, like, to the pumpkin patch, or we could just go ice skating. Like, that sounds amazing. Like, I just want to do the fun things. I don't actually want to discipline or do anything like that. That doesn't sound like fun. So, like, I met my husband. When I met my husband, his daughter was 7 going on 8. And so she was just like that. I feel like that's 7, 8 years, like, year old is just like,
oh yeah,
because they're like, it's great, right? Like, they're sweet, and they can talk, and they're potty trained.
I was just thinking that, like, they're potty trained.
They know what they want to eat. Like, they can go get it.
They can advocate
for themselves. It's amazing. And so you don't have to worry about them sleeping. You don't have where's the baby? Like, none of that. And then, like, on top of that, like, she was just like she is still around. This is my baby. She was just a dope kid. Like, she was just super cool and cute and adorable. And, like, we clicked. And so I was like, okay, great. Insta family, go me. And then we got engaged. And, like, right before the wedding, I can't remember when, but, like, right before the wedding, we had a moment. We were sitting around, we were hanging out, had a couple drinks. And he looks at me and he's like, I know you don't want to have kids. And, like, it's your body, and I respect you, and whatever you decide is your business. But I just want to say I would like it if you reconsider, because I think you'd be really good at it. And I was just like,
wow,
girl.
That's how I felt on the inside, like, oh,
like, just, and he was like right, just affirmed, and was just like, I like, and again,
I see value in you,
right,
as
and like,
a mother.
I see you could be a really good mom. You could be really good at this, and, like, I respect you, and, like, whatever you decide is your body, but you would be really good at this, and I think you should reconsider. And so, like, it's like, oh man. And, like, when your partner says that, and it's somebody who you're about to, like, get married to, and it was just like all the things. And so I was like, well, okay. And then it was like, you know, a 2.5-year journey, you know, which is a whole nother story. My fertility journey was a whole nother journey. But, you know, 2.5 years later, literally so he proposed on the 4th of July. And then 4th of July, 2021, we were going to, my oldest, she was having a party at her place. And, you know, 'cause she's cool and we're cool. She invited her parents, which was really cool. And I was like, you know, before we go, I'm going to take a little pregnancy test just for, you know, S and G's, right? And I was like, oh, well, looks like I'm not drinking at this party. I was like, well, this will be a fun 4th of July.
Wow.
So like, it just, and then, you know, you have the baby and you've got this beautiful little human in your arms and you're like, I watched Twilight. I'm a Twilight girl. I read the books. And like, there's a description in Twilight that I always think about, and it's like that imprinting scene where they like talk about imprinting. And I was so worried because I didn't want to have kids for a long time that I really thought that like I was not going to. And you read all these stories, and I was like, I'm not going to click. And I had like prepared myself to like not click. Like I had prepared for the click to not happen. I had prepared for it. I was like, they're going to put this little thing in my arms, and I'm not going to know what to do. And I like prepared myself for it. But that's not what happened. I did not prepare for like the imprinting, the like literally the light to come on in the room and for you to be like, oh, I get it now.
Yeah.
Like I understand everything now. I understand war. I understand strife. I understand love. I understand the universe. I get it now. I get it. Like when they put that little person in your hand, you're like, oh, yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why them people be acting like
The
that.
unexplainable.
Like, yep, I get it, because I would do it too.
Man, when worlds collide, so you're like, nope, didn't see myself in this way. Nope, didn't see myself in this way. But now that you are here, right, and you've had a long history with Chicago Kids. You've been there for how many years?
15 years now.
15. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Almost 2 decades.
I know,
right?
what?
And you're like, man, I've been with this organization for almost 2 decades, probably most of my adult life. I've been through lots of journey, personally and professionally. Curious to know, how has being a CEO and a mom shaped your identity? And what moments made you realize you couldn't separate the two roles?
Ooh. I think, you know, it's interesting because before you become a CEO, right, like I feel like you're very much like, okay, I can't let work be my identity. I feel like when you're not the face of an organization, it's very easy to like kind of disassociate, right? Like it's okay to just like, I was chief program officer before I took on this role. And so, but like nobody is really checking for the chief program officer. Like you ain't checking for me. Like I would be at fundraisers, and again, I'm in the back somewhere. Like, or people be like, where's Rosie? I don't know. Where is Rosie? I don't know. Like Rosie left because ain't nobody looking for Rosie. Why are we asking where Rosie is? And like I knew people, and I would have friends at these fundraisers, and so I'd go and like, you know, chit chat and work the room. And I'm an extrovert, so like I ain't got no problem talking to nobody. But when you're the CEO, like that was definitely one of those like really jarring changes. Is like, oh, like I'm the face. Yeah. Like if something goes great, they're like, oh, Rosie did a great job leading her team, even though Rosie might not know.
Yeah. The team did.
The team did it, right? Like, right. But it's just like, oh, Rosie led the team. Oh, okay. But if something goes wrong, it's also like, I'm the person who has to apologize. Whether I did it or didn't do it or whatever, I wasn't wherever, it's still my team. And I'm accountable for everything that they do. And that was really like, wow. And like, I even joke, I'll tell my team now, like, hey, I got a lot of baby mamas. I got a lot of people.
I never thought about it like that.
I got a lot of baby mamas because I got moms on my team who got multiple kids. I had a lot of baby mamas over here. So I have to be successful because if this business isn't successful, these women aren't going to be able to provide for their families, or these men aren't going to be able to provide for their families or for themselves, right? So, like, I have a lot of responsibility, and that weight was, I think, heavier than I thought it was because I don't have a choice of whether or not you see you're going to see the CEO of Chicago Cares when you see me. I can't disassociate from that role. Like, I can't. It doesn't turn off. It is what it is.
Hi, I'm Darius Hillman.
And I'm Gregory Smith.
On the next Petty and Profound, we're diving into the hidden fee epidemic that's taking over everything from restaurants to ride shares.
And we'll break down how buying anything became a guessing game where you always lose.
Tune in Wednesday at 7 p.m. on CAN TV, cable channel 19, or stream live on cantv.org or on the CAN TV Plus app.
Elevated conversation and storytelling. Experience the power of community television.
Even on the weekends or, this week I was off. I definitely still worked, because stuff has to happen and I'm the CEO. This is my job. I'm always on call. I am always on call. This organization is always my responsibility. You can't turn it off. And that was the heavy thing to realize. And I feel like motherhood is different, right? It's different and it's the same. Because I feel like sometimes with work, you might feel a little resentful sometimes, right? And I feel like maybe you feel this way about motherhood too, but I feel it more in the working situation of over the holidays, the end of the year, if you lead a nonprofit,
the end of the year is
is the bread and butter. That's when we make, a good chunk of our budget is the end of the year. Between November and December, we bring in a huge chunk of change. My birthday happens to be December 28th. So it's
how you celebrate that?
I'm sweating because I don't know. I'm checking my bank account. I'm, texting my board members and my donors. And so sometimes there's a little resentment in that, right? Because you're there are moments where I don't want to wear the crown, right? There are moments where I don't want to be the face, but it is what it is. Motherhood's very similar, right? I'm always a mom. I'm always a mom. I'm always a mom. And she is the boundary. And I have to remember that she's the boundary. And so that's kind of where it gets it gets messy because it's okay, well, if I don't do good at my job, I'm not going to be able to provide for my baby. I'm the breadwinner. So if I don't do all these different things, I could risk not meeting a donor or, missing a meeting or, this could be something cool for the business or, my board member called and needed some support with something or my staff needs me. We got to figure this out. And it's if you don't do those things, then you're not doing your job and then I'm not going to be able to provide for my baby. But at the same time, it's how do you make space to be there for your child? And so when you say your kid is the boundary, it changes from situation to situation, but you have to always, at the end of the day, I always remember at my core, that little girl is the boundary, right? And my big girl too, right? My big girl is 24 years old and she will call me and say, can you, there have been moments where she's been I don't know what to do. Something's wrong. Can you come take me to the ER? I'm on my way.
Right.
My big girl don't call me for much, but when she calls me and says, hey, I need you, I gotta go. Yeah. I gotta go be present, especially when they get to that age. She doesn't ask for a whole lot. She's a young adult.
So she trying to figure out this thing called life.
Right. The last message I got from her was hey, I seen this couch a lot online. Is this a real couch?
Or is it a got you moment?
Or is this a got you couch? I'm just trying to know. She's moving into her own place. She's trying to find furniture. Might as feel a little off. So it's just so hard because it's all of a sudden going from a woman who I didn't want to be a leader. I didn't want to be in the front. I didn't want kids to all of a sudden now I have all these things.
This is your life.
This is my life. And even trying to when you're coming up with the schedule for your day, like
Ooh.
where does
Don't
all
get
the
me
things
started
come
on
in?
the schedule
And
for the
then,
day.
girl, on top of that, I got a husband. Yikes! I gotta go look at him. Yikes! I'm in a whole marriage.
Yeah,
Like,
you got a whole relationship.
You got a whole relationship, and you'll go through your entire day and be like, oh, yeah. I gotta, that's right. Hey, you been here all the time? My bad, sir. Here you go. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that answered the question, but that's like how it's like over.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things that you just like.
And for me, because I can relate totally, it sounds like you are still navigating, right? Each season is different. Each stage of life with your child is different. Each stage of marriage is different. You just hit 2 years as right? You in a different phase of your journey, so it's probably a bunch of mishmash.
It's a mishmash. It's a mishmash. And then on top of that, you're like, you look down and you're like, oh, my nail is chipped. Or, gosh, my hair looks crazy. Or like,
did I put my own self on the to-do list? Or I did and I had to rearrange?
And I had to renegotiate. Like I was on there, but then somehow I got renegotiated off the list.
Right.
Yikes.
And I'm going to try again tomorrow. Curious to know, when you think about being a mother in the CEO suite and using your language, having a bunch of baby mamas on your team, right? I love that. What is one leadership action you decide to take being a mother that you may have not made that decision not being a mom?
That's a great question. So this is gonna sound a little controversial. So I need everybody to buckle up.
Here.
I just need everybody to buckle up. I think returning to an office.
Say more.
And I'll
Let's
tell you
talk.
why. I'll tell you why. Because when I work from home, and my husband is a stay-at-home dad, bless his sweetheart. Because I will also tell people, like, that is absolutely my cheat code. Like, I absolutely could not do any of this without him being at home and like being like, I got baby girl, don't worry about it, you go. I got the house.
Yeah.
Like, and I know that's like antithetical to like normal gender stereotypes, but having a man say, I got you and I'm gonna hold you down while you go and do the thing that you're being called to do is
nothing but love.
It's nothing but love. It's nothing but love. And it's sacrifice. Like he is, I think he likes being a stay-at-home dad, but would he rather like be doing something? He's also a car guy. He worked at a dealership for a long time. Would he rather be playing with cars? Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But like he makes that sacrifice to be home and make sure, people get on and off the bus and the house is cleaned. And before I left today, he was like, hey, look at my front yard.
Like,
yes, honey.
thank you.
Yes, honey. Yes, the bushes look amazing. Good job. But that's absolutely my cheat code. But I think returning to work, right? Because when I'm at home, then I end up kind of parenting when I'm at home, or baby girl busts in into my work day, and all of a sudden there's a preschooler on camera. You know, like it's hard. The lines get so much more blended when your kid is at home and you're working from home. Like I have my own office. I have a door that locks. But then you also you can hear them having fun outside, or you can hear her, asking for mommy, or she can knock on the door and all these things. And it's just like, I want to be with my kid when I'm at home. Like I want to be a present mom when I'm at home, and having an at-home office, while very convenient, often makes me feel guilty. I feel mom guilt because it's like I'm working instead of spending time with my girl. Right. So being in the office though, it's like, oh, okay. Like you can code switch a little easier. I'll put it like that. Like I can code switch a lot easier being in the office. And I think, I do truly think, we're in the office 2 times a week. I'm not saying we fully return to the office because that's wild crazy. But I think for me, being in office 2 to 3 times a week, just helps me with my boundaries and understanding like when I'm CEO Rosie and when I'm mommy Rosie. And when I'm at home, those lines are so much more blurry.
Yeah.
They're so much more blurry. It's so much more difficult to be at home and have my baby be home. It's just, even with my husband at home, right? And not to say that he actually gets real mad at me when I let her in the office, because he's like, no, stop, you're at work. I'm in charge. I am the home CEO, right? Like,
True.
so like, you know, but I think that's like one decision I feel like I made from a leadership perspective of like, one, you know, I do think that like being in person allows people to collaborate a lot differently. We start to humanize each other when we can see each other and like be in community with each other. Because I feel like that was one thing that was lost being fully remote, is I don't necessarily know that we were all humanizing each other in the same way or thinking about each other in the same way. Like, you would just say something to somebody and not realize, like, I'm an actual person. You think I'm this computer screen, but I'm an actual person. Or, you know, I had a staff person be like, you know, I don't think she's taking that seriously. So-and-so's not taking this seriously because of the way that her facial expression is. And it's like...
Oh, wow.
You know, so
Yeah.
it was a little bit of like, I'm thinking about other people, but also a little bit of like, for me as a mom, it was a good decision to just kind of like, let's go into the office, guys, a couple times a week.
Man, that's...
I know it's a hot take. It's a little controversial.
No, thank you for sharing that. And as we wrap up our conversation, what is one call to action you want other leaders to consider who have working parents on their team in like 60 seconds?
Flexibility. That's it. Be flexible. You hired this person. You trust them. As long as they've demonstrated trust and haven't broken your trust, and if they're performing well, flexibility. I don't care if you come 5 minutes late. I don't care if you got to go pick up your kid at 11 o'clock and you need to put a block on your calendar from 11 to 11:30 to go pick up your kid to take him to daycare. Doesn't matter. Flexibility, because you are going to be more loyal to me as an employer, one, because I'm offering you flexibility, but two, as an employer, you're going to get more output from that person because you're being flexible. I don't care if you work at 7 o'clock at night. I don't care if you work at 5 a.m. Whatever you need to do to take care of your family and be present at work, that's all. So I would encourage other leaders to just be flexible, be patient. It's okay. That person who is that mom or that dad is definitely going to get their stuff done. They not playing with your time. They not playing with your money. They not playing in your face. They have real live stuff to deal with. And they just need us as employers to just practice a little flexibility.
Oh, Rosie, I mean, we could go on.
I know, we could do this forever.
But I thank you. I thank you for your heart. I thank you for your time. I thank you for everything that you shared. And even in our conversations before this, you're dynamic. And I'm Team Rosie, okay? Yes. That's our time for this week. Thank you for making Behind the Confident Smile a part of your day. Let's stay connected on social media. Share your questions, comments, show ideas with me at Behind the Confident Smile Podcast on Instagram. Until we meet again, keep striving, keep smiling.